All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely morning in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. To you, cup of coffee. I'm coming back because yesterday evening I was on live and I didn't complete the verses and I feel the need to. So the first thing I did when I woke up, I said, I'm going to lie here for a few minutes. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go on and do a video to complete the other verses. And the reason why I feel it's important is because we got individuals all over the world and no one is speaking on the one that created the whole world itself. When you have an individual that is the creator all by himself, he's the one that holds the word, the power. He holds the breath. He holds our image. He holds the whole creation in the heavens and on the earth. And you mean to tell me, him being who he is, nobody is willing to recognize himself. He is the I am. And see, to me, when I think of I am, that's Ahaya. Okay? But when I think of I am, I think of I can be any and everything because I created any and everything you see. Even the things you cannot see, I created. So to me, when you have this individual who is the I am all by himself, what is the problem? That people cannot just speak of him in a way that he gets the glory. He gets the honor. You see, he gets the praise. He gets exalted. To me, if you don't see something wrong with that, it's because something's wrong with you already. And even though you might think you're on the highest paddle, baby, really you're on the lowest. When you don't feel nothing in you, nothing down in you that lets you know that he's entitled to all glory, all praise, all honor, all worship. We should be exalting him in these evil days, in this midnight hour. Instead, we're giving glory to the flesh of individuals, especially on these devil platforms, because they're giving you the world and you're glorifying them. There's something wrong with that. I want to complete these chapters and these verses because they already was written down. I want to go in it and I want to kind of pull out as the Ruach continue to lead me. I want to pull out his authority in all power. And because they missed Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, it's because they missed the power. And what they did is they didn't tarry for the Ruach, which is the Holy Spirit. They had the example in how they should tarry and the way they should tarry, but they chose, once they felt they have found books, lost books, they have been taught by the flesh of man, they feel that they have lived long enough to know A to Z and Z to A. They know the ins and out. They said they have the Ruach and knows nothing. Because the first thing we must understand is that power. And that's why all this time he been saying, Deborah, if they missed Genesis 1, they'd have missed this whole book itself. They say they know, Deborah, but I keep telling you, even in the instructions and directions says they do not know. They say they see. They do not see. They cannot see. Letting you know it's impossible for them to see. Why? Because here it is, a prophet that was given unto a tribe, and they walking around like zombies. So when you're talking about zombies and you waiting for zombies to look like you feel that they should look, and how you feel they made movies so you can identify, baby, this is a living prophet, not a dead one. The tribe of Judah is like unto zombies. Okay? So you can think what you want, feel what you want, or whatever. You've been doing that since you came out of your mother's womb. Since you came out of your father's learn in your mother's womb. You've been thinking and feeling the same way you have always. When he said renew your mind daily, that means you have to bring something new unto your mind that your mind don't want to accept. Why? Because renewing it is bringing it from one level to the next. Why? Because we think we know in our own minds. We lead to our own understanding. Renewing our minds give us a chance to know that things don't rest in our ways. It is not about our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. It's beyond that. And to renew your mind, you have to be able to get past the flesh. That's really what renewing your mind is, you guys. It's getting past your flesh and tapping into the spiritual being of who you are, to know that it does not start and end with your flesh. Renewing your mind that is greater than your flesh. Step into the spirit realm. How about that? So I want to continue to speak on that right hand and that stretched out arm, because that's the power that created all things in which you see. And in spite of it being the power, it is the I am himself. Okay? It is his spirit. It is who he is. It is his word. And to not know his power is the key for this prophet. What's the key for me? Is, Deborah, it goes back to the narrow gate. Knowing his power, you'll know how to find your way. If you don't know his power, it's no way you can enter into the narrow gate, not even come up on the narrow gate. So believe it or not, it's not important for you for me to believe that I'm telling you something that you're going to believe. It don't matter. Heavens had already wrote it in and wrote it out. Going in toward the narrow gate, or even being anywhere near the narrow gate, I had to get that off of there, means that you can't enter in nor go or know the way. That's why I was explaining to you all, it's important to have spirit and truth with the light in your right hand. That takes you not only to the narrow gate, you get an opportunity to walk through it. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times y'all might not have understood what I was saying, and I know you didn't. 99.9 of you still don't understand what I'm talking about. You listen, but you hear not. You see, but you see not. You see, because the things in which you're not hearing is the spiritual realm who created all things. The things in which you're not seeing is the spiritual realm that shows and reveals all things. You see? So a lot of people don't understand. When this sister is talking about spirit and truth with the light in the right hand, that is for those who are already heading toward the gate itself. They might not have entered in, but they're heading toward that way. Why? Because they now know they're finding the way to the narrow gate. And it is a way not of your flesh. It is not a way of your feelings and your emotions and your personal opinion. It is a way of the spirit that leads you, which is the Ruach of the Creator. So I'm going to cover more of his right hand and his stretched out arm that I didn't get an opportunity to do. It ain't that I didn't get opportunity. I was running into a late timing. So I just wanted to get up this morning to go over a few more verses regarding the right hand and the stretched out arm. Now, a lot of you all might say, when I'm kind of fed up with all of that. You know, you need to be. That means you the seed of the serpent. That means you need to go over in the broad gate and ride up in there, you know, and entertain it, because that's where you need to be, where you can be comfortable, you know, and set. Because a lot of people in the broad gate is teaching the world and all the issues of the world and calling themselves sent here by the Most High Yah, but tells everything that the world is doing as if everything has not already been finished, as if, what about all the things that have been prophesied? They can't even match it. And when they try to match it with the world, they can't even balance it in the righteous order. Why? Because they've been dipping into the world's way, to where they get confused what the world is doing and what Yah prophecy is saying and doing. They get confused. So they lean more toward the world and make the world say what the world say, righteous and upright and just. And then they begin to plant it into your ears, because they know your flesh yearn more so for the world and the things of the world. So that's why they don't bring you the things of the spirit. Now, me talking about this right hand and his stretched out arm, strictly spirit. Strictly spirit. Because it's not my right hand. It's not my right arm. I mean, stretched out arm. It is the Ruach's arm and his hand that created all things in the heavens and on the earth. And throwing up and throwing down. So let's get there. Let's go. Let me take my coffee here. Can we start with Psalms 14, verse 26? You know what? I can call these individuals whose names are written here, I can actually call them my brother. Why? Because what I have experienced, why I have been on the earth since I was 4 years old and dealing with the Most High Yah, they say things that he have said to me. So I'm like, oh man, wait a minute, you know, and they say it just like I have received it. So I look at that and I say, oh man, so David, you know about that right hand, huh? See, a lot of people don't know. Everybody's calling. I'm on my phone. And everybody's calling. I'm tabbing them out. But that's why I know that if I don't have any sisters or brothers on the earth, I know I have them. You know, that even though they sleep, I had them. They are truly my brothers and my sisters. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, I can feel it. It's a feeling that comes with it. Let's go to Psalms 14, verse 26. In Psalms 14 and verse 20, no, that can't be. That can't be. Because this says Psalms 14 and 26. Let me see if that says Psalms 140. Let me just see. I might have wrote my verse down. Let me see. Nope, that's not it either. So I have to pull away from that because that's not it. So let's try Isaiah 23 in verse 11. Isaiah 23. And it's amazing how Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, they're all prophets, just as I am. And they say things, and I be like, wait a minute. That's the way I was taught it. That's the way it was given to me. So that's why I say to you, I know that they are my brothers. I know I have a family. You know, if I don't have a family down here, I know I got a family. They just sleeping right now because they left things for me in this instructions and direction book, in this book to study. They left little tokens for me out of their own voice. They left things here for this sister. So when I go to Isaiah 23 and verse 11, Isaiah 23 and verse 11. Let's see. It says, he stretched out his hand over the sea. He took the kingdoms. Ahiah has given a commandment against the merchant city, to destroy the stronghold thereof. Now listen to what he did. You see in verse 11, it says, this is Isaiah 23 and verse 11. He stretched out his hand over the sea. He shook the kingdoms. See, you all running around here with your head in the rectum of these men. That's where your head is at. Whether you believe it or not, your head is so far up in the rectum of these men, believing A to Z of what they're saying. And they so far from spirit and truth. They so far from the spiritual light. Now just listen to this. Isaiah 23 and verse 11. He stretched out his hand over the sea. He shook the kingdoms. Ahiah has given a command against the merchant city to destroy the stronghold thereof. So this leads me to understand what I already understood. This leads me to understand what I already understood. That this right hand and stretched out arm is the most powerful thing in the heavens, in the kingdom, and on the earth, and even beneath the earth, as far as the earth exists. That the Father that I know, the I am, has all power over all. While we're running around here, and this is why we can't get the deliverance that we need among ourselves. We can't get healing. We can't get victory. It's because we know not the power that holds the victory. We know not the power. Did you ever hear when he said, and when you shall receive the Holy Spirit, you shall receive what? The power. Did you know that? What is the characteristics of the power? What is the characteristics, not of the power? What is the characteristics of having the spirit of the Ruach? His word, his power, and his spirit. Now, if you have those things, you wouldn't be down here talking about the world. You'll be talking about those three things that you have that rules the world. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying to you, this is how another way Sister Deborah can try the spirit by the spirit. Because if the spirit is talking the things of the world and is trapped in and out of the things of the world and can't bring no closure by bringing the power in, okay? Not bringing the I am, Ahiah in, the most high Ahiah, Yah, you can't bring him in with all power, then you just stuck out there. And that is a form for me as a prophetess on the earth to discern who you are. To discern who you are. So when this is why you don't understand why sometimes Sister Deborah say a brick wall. I sit back and I could be talking, giving you food for your spirit a whole year. And you don't see fit to even bless Sister Deborah at all. Do you have to pay for the word? Do you have to pay for the word? No, you don't. But why is it there are verses telling you how to bless his prophet? The only way you get your rewards is how you deal with the little ones and the prophets of the Most High. And can the people see that? No, they can't. They will give to these pastors and bishops and all these YouTubers and praising them and glorifying them. I don't want your praise. because I know where only the praise should be going. I don't want your honor. I don't want your worship. I don't want your likes and your subscriber. Because none of that is worthless if it's not given unto he who's entitled and deserving of. Because ain't nobody on this earth is deserving of praise, honor, glory, respect, exalt, but Yah. See, once you know who he is and that he's entitled to all of that, you'll find yourself knowing the way to the narrow gate. And this is why the gate is narrow. Because they can't find the way. And they don't even understand even that, what I just said. And that's much, 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 much powerful. I think about that video he told me to listen to yesterday. And I was saying, but Father, you telling me to listen to it. It is. I listened to it and I'm listening. I said, oh, wow. Father, that is the message itself is powerful. Did y'all know that I did not know that message was that powerful? Until the Father told me to go back and listen to it. And I said, Father, when you are able to get a message out where it's leaning toward the Most High Yah, a higher, directing you to his light, directing you to the narrow gate, directing you to the way, and you take it not, something is wrong with you. And it's okay that it is. Because he separated in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, the spiritual seed and the fleshly seed, Satan's seed. So you've been separated before heaven and earth was created. So here in Isaiah chapter 23 and verse 11, he stretched out his hand over the sea and he shook the kingdoms. He shook the kingdoms. That's that right hand, y'all. Ahiah has given a command against the merchant cities to destroy the strongholds thereof. And I look at that because a lot of people think what they have is their strength, is their power, is their authority. They look at what they have as their God and they don't know it. You see, and they don't care to know because that's something they are not going to ever move out of the way. They're going to always. He says, where a man's heart is, so is his wealth, or where a man's wealth is where his heart is. Something like that. Because it's actually letting you know that people cherish what they have. And it's where they invested in and to them, because they thinking that the purpose of him giving them his image and his breath was for them to come down and be about themselves. Be about me and mine. And I thank the Father for that, because that's another form of how you can separate people for who really they are. You can identify really who they are. You know, I think about when I first got on here, the young lady and her mother who joined my page. Oh, they was on here for a long time. I mean, they was on here. They was on here for a long time. The mother came to visit me here. And as they fade away, slowly but surely, 2-3 years, and within 3 years, they faded away. Then they came back and shared where they at. And they faded further and further into the darkness. Yes, y'all. I mean, like, as dark as it can get. So, because people thinking, if you don't stay in the light, you are not the right. You see? If you don't stay within the light, you are not the right. So you can come in, okay? But it's where you abide, where you place yourself among. It's like, you know how you go up, let's say the Father, he'll allow you to come to his throne. You bow down. You're sitting down and he's on the throne, and you're on the floor, and you lay your head in his lap. You lay your head in his lap. Once you get a taste of him taking his hand and caressing you, that right hand caressing you, knowing that you're in your right place, you're not going to remain. See, that's what it's like. You're not going to get up and say, no, I'm going to go and continue this way, in the way of darkness, Satan, the world. I want to satisfy my flesh, my desires. You left the throne where Yah right hand has caressed you to assure you was in the right place. You got up and say, now that I have got a taste of what the presence of Yah and understanding Yah, I'm going to go on this side. That's how bad it was. And I'm going to say, let me tell y'all why it was that bad. These women began to, the mother and daughter, they began to speak that word. You see, and even some of their words were encouraging to me. They end up, oh, y'all. Let me tell you some things. I mean, I'd rather not even, I'm not going to go there. But they're out there now. Okay. But this is what I'm saying. So a lot of people think and feel that they rather enjoy their portion. And you ought to enjoy your portion. Why? Because Solomon told you, if y'all bless you with it, go out there and enjoy it. Go on. Because you know what? That's all people want, is their pleasure. And only the things that causes them to feel like they are a God, or they are getting what they want. But all you have to do is to want the Most High Yah first. And everything else you will see will fall in place for you. And it ain't stuff that when I say fall in place, I'm not talking about where you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it. Because you're going to know that everywhere you go, you're thinking of him. You're actually thinking of the Most High Yah. You speak of him. When you get away from people and you even saying back, you leave a word regarding him. See, he don't have no problem with you enjoying the way you are living as long as you put him first. And if you say that it's too hard for you to put him first, you rather take the life and just live it all to the utmost of your flesh, that's where you need to be. Okay. So here in Isaiah 23 in verse 11, and he said, and he given a commandment against the merchant city, to destroy the stronghold. People, you do not understand the power in which you know not that has the power to destroy everything you built up in your life. He has the power to tear it down. He even has the power to allow things to be set for you so you can build. Listen to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you the difference. Let's say this use me. If I said, Father, please give me some land and some property, and I'm going to open up this place where I can have people staying and people can live off grid out, and they have their own living space and so on. You know what he would do? I'm just giving you an example. He will give you those things knowing it's going to bring chaos. He knows you're going to bring chaos. Because you got in your mind that this is what you want to do. This is how you want to set it up for the people. And in your mind, I'm helping others. I'm doing for others. But you're doing it at the expense of wanting the right hand to bless you. And when the right hand blesses you, you thinking he blessing you for you to do you. No. If you get into it and you build these places, you bring these people up and all you see is you, and it's about you, because you trying to fulfill your desire of wanting to do the positive things for the people. But y'all will make it come to pass. Okay? Make it to where, yeah, here you go. Now let me put you out there. Let me let you see you. Let me let you see you now. Now that you got it, okay, let me see you. And then you'll realize that everything been set up from the floor to be the opposite that stands for the Most High Yah. But he makes the way. I'm going to tell y'all, and I think that's what my study going to be, my tonight lesson is going to be. I'm going to show you how the Father have set things up just for the testimony of seeing it being destroyed. Because you all think, even you where you at your workplace, at your home, in your business, at your school, everything you think you doing, you thinking it's set up and he blessed me to get it. No, he blessed you to enjoy all that you want to enjoy. That's what my brother Solomon was saying. That's his whole thing. He was saying, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Solomon was saying, my brother, he's gone now, but he's not gone. He's asleep. He was saying to me, he wasn't saying it to you. See, that's what people don't understand. These people in this Bible who represent Yah is not speaking to you. They're speaking to me. I'm the spiritual sister. They're my spiritual brothers. We understand each other. We both have had the right hand of the Father leading and guiding us through our good and through our bad. So we are the ones that's leaving tokens for one another. They're leaving it for me. So when I get in here and I see that David or Jeremiah is leaving me something, I said, oh, that's my brother. That's truly my brother. And this is what Solomon was saying. He didn't want anything from the Most High but to understand the things. Now listen, y'all, listen to this. This is very powerful. He wanted to understand all the things under the sun. All the things under the sun, 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 all the things under the sun is vain and vast and worthless. You get the point? So while y'all trying to magnify all the things that's under the sun, you only magnifying and glorifying the things that is vain and vast, worthless. My brother was able to get the gift from the Most High Yah because he was the richest. He had everything. He built a temple for the Most High Yah. He had everything. But he wasn't asking him for more of what he had. He wanted to check out the power of the right hand that created everything. He wanted to know, what was that about? What was that about? And he broke it down to Sister Deborah, that Deborah, baby, let me tell you, all of it is vain and vexed, Deborah. All of it is worthless. All of it is worthless. That's what Solomon left me. And I think that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Because what he was explaining to me, that when Yah gave him the ability to know the things that's under the sun, it led him to see that there was no good. And I'm the number one sister that'll tell y'all that. That's why I was telling y'all, your best good, your best of anything is spirit and truth and the light from the Most High Yah. If you thinking your ability to have what you have and to do the things that you want to do and to have a nice car and a big screen TV and to have this and this and this and this, that's on you. That's on you. You know why? Because all of those things are vain and vast, Why? Why was Solomon? Why was you saying that? Because, Deborah, it is worthless in the eyes of Yah. Solomon, thank you again. It is all worthless in the eyes of Yah. So we can take all that we have and magnify it and glorify it and praise it all our lives. But Solomon explained to this prophet that it's all vain and vexed. Did you all know that I was in Atlanta, Georgia with these 6 children and a husband, and I had said it in a way that Yah meant it for me. I said, I want to just be able to live my daily bread. And did you all know that is exactly, even to today, the Father deals with me, making sure that I don't have more than what living is consist of. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I sit back and watch it. Now watch this, you all. And at any time I say, well, I use that power. I use that power. You see? And that power will get me what I want. You know why? Because I know that the power is real, you guys. I know that the right hand of the Father power is real. And I know that he said, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So I can go forward to the power. But what would I be doing? If he said, I want you to learn, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I learned it, y'all. Sister Deborah have learned it. Sister Deborah have learned what it's like to live her daily bread. And the daily bread is that you don't have no more than what you need. That's the Most High Yah. You do not have no more than what you need. Anything else, you can kick it to the curb, because you don't need to have no more than what you need. And I thank him for that, because I wouldn't have never been able to understand that when he's dealing with his, he don't want you to have nothing abundantly, you see, to where you begin to forget or now not recognize who gave it to you or who blessed you with it. So he give you what you need daily. No more and no less. If you all had to walk into that daily bread, and that's what you all say when you say that prayer, Heavenly Father, which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. See, we asking him, let it be on the earth in the way you have orchestrated it from the heavens. See, we don't even understand that. Even the prayer telling us to understand that let it be on the earth the way you have already orchestrated it from the kingdom. So that tells you before the foundation of the world, it already been orchestrated. Give us this day our daily bread. See, we are saying the prayer with no power of understanding, no glory, no honor of what we're saying. We just saying, we just talking. See, this is where I say that everything is vain and vexed, because people have no spiritual guidance. A lot of things shows who you are when you don't follow under these things. So that's why he said, narrow is the gate, Deborah, that leads to life, everlasting life. But Deborah, very few shall find therein. So I'm just going back to my brother Solomon and the gift that he will have, which honestly I thought was a, I look at the gift that Solomon had almost like a suicide attempt. That gift that the Father gave him, you got to think, he inherited the king, He was the king over the people. He built the father a temple. He built cities. He was the richest man. You see? And we today, we put bad words on him because of all those wives. But what y'all don't understand, because the sin, the wicked, and the evil that these people have today, they want to match it with him, and they are nowhere near Solomon. You all do not understand. Those women could have been in, I ain't gonna say could have been, let me go and say it like it is. They were not sexual and intimate with Solomon. And Solomon was not that way with them. But because he was the richest man, there was a place where many women, they were taken care of. They were taken care of because he was the richest, and they were taken care of on his property. But it was not because he was a husband that was pleasing these women in any way outside of housing them and having a place for them to stay. But why? Because he was the richest man. He even built the Most High Yah, a temple. He built all these trees. Y'all got to understand what this man had done. He could not have had all this done and then had all these wives. No, y'all messed up from the floor up. Because when you get to Matthews, let me go on and show you where you all are in error. And this is why they cannot mimic what they think that Solomon was consist of as far as all these wives. Watch this here. The book of the generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. The book of the generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. The book of the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach. The son of David, the son of Abraham. Why is David listed first? Why is David listed first? Because David was the first one that Christ worked with and in. See, they're the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach. You see? They're the first generation of Yeshua HaMashiach. HaMashiach is the power of the Father's right hand. David was the first that used the HaMashiach, which is the power of the right hand of the Father. That's why I tell y'all, everybody look at David talking about he was a little bitty boy and he took that rock and he knocked that giant. Go back to that right hand power and you'll see who killed that giant. All the wars that David fought and David got tied up in, Christ fought those wars. So David is the son of David. He's the son of Christ, the power. Because the powers was what? With him. Okay? You see, son of Abraham. The power was with him. Not like it was with David. But it defeated everything for Abraham. Remember, Yah told him to come from among his people? He's going to make him many nations and what all he was going to give him. See what the power was working with already? How was he going to defeat and gain all this land and gain much through the power? Okay. Now you got Isaac. You got Isaac, Jacob. You got them all listed here. All of these are the spiritual seeds, you guys. These are all the spiritual seeds that what? That came after the first fruit. Who is the first fruit? Yeshua HaMashiach, which is the power that was called Christ. They are all under the first fruit. They made the generations to follow after Yeshua HaMashiach, the first fruit. Then everybody else came down. These are the spiritual seeds, you all, that you've been looking at and didn't even know it. You see what I'm saying? How did they come? How is it? It is the book of the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach, because they were first. They were the first fruit. The Son of Man and the Son of Yah was the first fruit. You see what I'm saying? And everybody else came after that. David, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. But David fought the many battles. That's why when I go over to David and I said, David, oh man, you mean, David, how did you know about that? How did David know about that right hand? David, how did you know about that stretched out arm? Oh, it is off the chain how all of them knew about it. And as you look here, let's see. When you get to Matthew chapter 1, verse 7, and Solomon, people thinking that this is just saying Solomon here begat. No, these are all the ones that fall under the spiritual Yeshua HaMashiach, the first fruit. These are all seeds of the spirit, y'all. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go back here. We read Isaiah 23 and verse 11. Okay? Now, let's go into Ezekiel. Let's see what Ezekiel is saying. Ezekiel chapter 6, verse 14. Let's go into Ezekiel chapter 6 and verse 14. You know, somewhere along the line, I don't understand why I be on here for so long. I'm not going to be on here long, but I'm just still saying I'm already past, and I be trying to limit stuff. Study for half an hour, and it end up going in an hour, 2 hours. I don't get it. Ezekiel chapter 6, verse 14. Let's see what Ezekiel is saying about this right hand or the stretched out arm. Ezekiel chapter 6 and verse 14. Listen to this. So will I stretch out my hand upon them and make the land desolated. See? I got all these people coming onto my line. Listen to this. Verse 14, Ezekiel chapter 6, verse 14. So will I stretch out my hand upon them and make the land desolated. Yea, more desolated than the wilderness toward what's that? Diabolic. In all their inhabitation, and they shall know that I am Ahia. See, the problem is not Ahia, I am Yah. The problem is the only way Yah can get you all to see him. See, he don't have to get me to do that. I seen him. I know him to be what he is. All that answer. So he don't have to work on me. But the only way it seems like he can get humans to see him for how they should have seen him, being so he's the creator of all things. You should have been seeing him. He has to show up and show out, which means he has to display his power. He has to. And the way that he gets people to know him is the way he throw down with the power to destroy. You see? And once people see him show up with this power, then they know that he is the I am. Ahia. You see what I'm saying? And it's sad. No, Deborah, what did I tell you? What did I tell you about that word, Deborah? It's not sad. The truth of the matter is, it's something to really think about, you guys. According for the Most High Yah to get people to attend to what he is saying and doing, to get them to behold, he has to show that right hand power. Yes. Read, let's go over it again. Ezekiel chapter 6 and verse 14. So I will stretch out my hand upon them and make the land desolated. Yea, more desolate than the wilderness toward thy hot bits. I don't know. Hide in all their inhabitants. They shall know that I am Ahia. I am mean Ahia, but that they shall know that I am Yah. See what he has to do? He has to pull up with that right hand. And let me back y'all up and back y'all down. This is a message y'all should watch over and over and over. What he's saying is exactly like Sister was telling you. Israel is so horrible. They don't even know. They can't even smell themselves. That's how nasty they stink. Okay? To the point where he's going to allow them to be as uglier, not just to the point, they're going to be more uglier than you ever known your own tribe. Judah, Israel. Judah is already revealed to be that because I'm a living prophet. I'm down here on the earth telling the Father, he's doing exactly what you said. It's working, Father, y'all. It's really working. Judah is cutting up from the floor. And what he's going to do is allow Judah to do the worst of the worst of what sin is called. And at that time, he's going to pull his out. And the other Judah is going to die here in the land of their captive. But the ones that he's going to pull out are going to be his who have gotten detached to the others. And he's going to pull them out and take them to the promised land, clean them up. And what is going to happen is, I believe the army of David is going to be, that's going to come up, okay, and be restored. And he's going to put them also. And the reason why he say the army is because David is the one. His army fought on the side of the Most High Yah. So I can see them coming back up, and he called them an army. So the only army I know of is David. Okay. So what is going to happen is women thinking they don't understand, you are most likely going to be the ones that's going to be taken out of here. Okay. Okay. And he got a cleaning up to do with you, but you are his spiritual seed. You are the spiritual Israel, and he's going to take you up there and he's going to restore it. And from that end on, when the whole world see that you have been restored, Israel, in the promised land, Mount Zion has been restored like into the Garden of Eden, and it is now holy. They're going to know then that, yes, this is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why are they saying that now? They served all other gods. See, y'all don't get it, do y'all? Y'all would never, ever get it because y'all are the ones that's going to die right here in this land. And you thinking you going somewhere. You see? Because if you really think, why would the heathens and all the nations know that he is the I am? Why would they know that? Why are they going to glorify him? Why are they going to praise him? Why are they going to exalt his name? You know why? Don't forget, all these thousands of years they had their own God. All these other races had their own God. Because when they see the work of that right hand in Mount Zion, and the people that was the worst of the worst on the earth were restored on that land, they then gonna know That's the only one could have did that is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're going to automatically know that is the I am. We got to glorify him. Why are they glorifying him? They giving up their God. Anytime a nation's with an S on it, okay, and the heathens with an S start to glorify Yah, that means they're turning from their God to give glory and honor to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You all don't see the setup from the floor. And that's why Sister Deborah is here to tell you now. If you can't praise him now, you subject to not praise him later. You all, I had like 6 scams just pull up on my phone. And I keep tabbing them off. So, because this is how he had to break it down, because I was getting frustrated with why you keep saying that the heathen's going to know and all the nations going to know. What is it they going to know? How they treated Israel? No, Deborah, that's Israel stuck on stupid. Israel don't understand. You running around here hooping and hollering at how everybody done treated you. What have you realized how you treated each other? And that's a gift to all of y'all. That's a appeal that I'm giving to everybody at the sound of my voice. Have you realized how ugly Israel have treated each other? If there was a war here on the earth, the first one will be killing each other, will be Israel killing one another like they're doing. And all the other so-called tribes, you'll be the last one, Judah, that they take your side. They'll be trying to kill your tail along with the heathens and Gentiles. You see, that's how messed up the house of Israel is. And y'all trying to make them pretty and all we the people, we the true Jews, you the true fool and don't know it. So what I'm saying here, he's saying in Ezekiel chapter 6 and verse 14, so I will stretch out my hand upon them and make the land desolated. Yea, more desolated than the wilderness toward Debath in all their inhabitants. And they shall know that I am Yah. Every time that right hand have to show up and show out, it makes people see who he is. So this is what he's saying. Deborah, when I let all nation loose to do what they please to Israel by hating them, it's a reason. Right now, Israel think everybody hate them for all their own reasons, as if they are innocent. They have never done anything. They have never said anything. And they out here killing one another and destroying one another. They have no unity. Their men have not taken care of their children nor their wives. Their men have not even taken care of themselves. But they want to represent being the true Jews, being Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob got many children out here. Okay? And many of them are doing the things of Satan's seed. Many of them are Satan's seed. When he said Satan's seed and the spiritual seed, he did not exclude Judah. I mean, not Judah, no, Israel and Judah. No. They birthed Satan's seed. They birthed spiritual seed, but they birthed Satan's seed. You for sure. You can see it among Judah. You can see it. So see, this is why I say to you, even people who thinking their fruit is recognizing that they're building something. Anytime men get high on a hog toward another man building and giving them a place to live where they don't have to feed, they work and labor to feed their wives, and they take their money and they don't understand he built based on somebody else's back. The same way the Europeans did in America. They built based on the black people's back. Same way do these men that get these here camps and get these here coats, and they build up on the men that know how to do the labor back. They build. These men is too ignorant. Let me show you how ignorant they are. They so ignorant they don't understand. I labored to be inherit this. Instead, it's under one man's name. So when you have any issue, you leave with nothing. This is how weak men are in the tribe of Judah. I sat back and I watched it. I had to correct so many men out in the public. I had to. Because the way they were conducting themselves around the heathens and Gentiles, and they trying to be disrespectful to black people. No, you ain't going to stand here. Get your butt back in that back of that line. And bro, let me tell you, this is why they always got their foot in your neck. This is why. They lucky I don't. Ooh. Father, hold me down, Father. I know you got me. I know you. And that happened to me in Georgia about 15 years. It bothered me more than anything. And I see men today like that, even when they own business. I was working at the post office and this brother was chewing out all these men for no reason at all. And I was the only female there working with all these men at the post office down on the ground level where we was sorting mail. And I'm trying to figure out, why is he hollering at these men? Wait a minute, bro. You got men here old enough to be your daddy. Why are you talking to them like that? And you know what? I approached that bad boy. What's your problem? What's your issue? Who you think you are? I can't handle it. I can't handle it. But that's why I thank the Father for having me in the palm of his hand. Because somebody been and took me out, or he been and took somebody else out on my behalf. That's just because I don't know. And I thank him for giving me the opportunity to be on the earth to represent him as a prophet. You know, I'm not perfect. I can't say I'm better than you know, and I can't say that I'm more this or this. No. Sister Deborah gave you what he gave me. So let's finish this here. So here he's talking about how he stretched forth his hand and he make a place desolate. So while y'all sitting here talking about Israel and Palestine and how they throwing down, guess whose right hand is in that? Now Iran is over there warring with them. They tearing down and bombing and tearing it up. Why? The right hand of Father is in that, y'all. It is in that. Why? Because don't forget, he's going to let it be torn down. Because when they see it built back up in a matter of the blink of an eye and restored and the way it looked, then they going to know. Truly, there is an I am. It is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah. When they see it restored, that's why he's giving them the ability to think they tearing stuff up. And they are. They tearing it up, y'all. They tearing it up over there. To a point, a lot of them running from out of there. But y'all gonna go in on Mount Zion and he gonna restore it to holiness. It's going to be beautiful. Trees, fruit trees, all kind of stuff, y'all. And when they see that done, and they see us up there, they're going to be like, truly, there is an I am. Yah. And I always say, the Yah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is who they going to turn to. Not the Isaac and not the Jacob's 12 tribes, but they giving the glory to who it is due to. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They know it's not the God that we, the children, really served in the way we should have. We served the world in the chaos and destruction. We really not deserving. But because he got his will, it's set up from the floor up.